Watching the Week 11 Thursday night random unplanned start bench show. I don't know how long we're going to go. I don't know if we're going to go 20 or 30 minutes or an hour. I'm not too sure. Sometimes we do a 20-minute show and it turns into 3 hours. Who knows? But punch the like button on your way in the door. We're talking Thursday night football. We're talking a snooze fest. I mean, Thursday night games blow. Thursday night football games blow. And it's so hard to play players on Thursday night no matter who you have. And, you know, you watch these guys go out there like Damian Harris and you see Ramondre Stevenson both do well individually but divided up workload. You see very low scoring first halves. I hate Thursday night football. I think we should just do away with it. It's garbage. Every game is pretty much garbage. We'll hit the intro, get into all your questions. Week 11 start bench. Let's go.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Top 5 running back.
You're watching the Fantasy Football Show.
I'm Smitty.
Take a lap.
What's up, good people? Horrible Thursday night outing for pretty much everybody, except for the New England Patriot defense, of course. The defense was fire. We had a few Patriots defensive questions in the live stream and the pizza live stream, the Thursday 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern show that we do every single Tuesday and Thursday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. Be here. We're live at midnight on Friday and Saturday night Eastern. We're live all the time. And this is an emergency. And not emergency, this is a random, unannounced live stream. What's up, Frake? Blackbeard in the house. Terry Roberts, Rooks, Payne, Cambo, Big Dog, Sebastian, Seclan, Zach F. first in the building. Big Dog second. Blackbeard third. Rooks fourth. John B. What is going on? Glad to have you all here. And Derek Just, what's up, good buddy? Super chat, here we go. In the flex full PPR, Rondell Moore, I think you mean, or Michael Gallup. I'm going to probably say good buddy. That Gallup will be the better call. Rondell Moore without Kyler. I mean, we'll see if Kyler, let me look at the news, see if Kyler's, any news on Kyler Murray coming back for this week's game. So far, there's been nothing, but maybe over the last hour, something's broke. Let's see. Kyler Murray. As far as we know, there is nothing cooking. The last we heard was Kyler Murray ankle participated in open portion of Cardinals practice on Thursday. Same information we had earlier. It's looking okay. He was limited. My thinking is, though, that with the bye week, you know, it makes sense to hold him out, get him a little bit healthier. But if he's ready to go, then they don't need to do that. They don't need to be extra cautious if he's not that banged up anymore. But it would be surprising if he didn't play, given the momentum, is what NBC Sports is saying. So maybe Kyler plays. Kyler's a good trade for. Let me ask this question here. Can any of you, if your trade deadline is approaching, can you trade walking into Sunday, or was it Thursday night? Like, everybody kind of call out their trade deadline. Like, what's your trade deadline looking like? Does anybody have their trade deadline on Sunday? Meaning any players that play right before Sunday you can trade for, or was it cut off on Thursday night? I'm very curious to know how your trade deadlines work. A lot of people had it like at midnight on Wednesday night, and some people had it right before kickoff, and now there's no more trades. December 1st, says Frake. This past Monday, says Contrarian. Joel says Saturday. Okay. Contrarian, you gonna behave today? Joel, my goodness, y'all media do the rug burn on Insta. Media was looking pretty fly on Instagram right before I jumped up on here, doing some dancing on Instagram. It was quite a show. I was offered Cook, Madison, and Hopkins for Damian Harris, Kelsey, and Keenan Allen. Damian Harris, Kelsey, Keenan Allen. Give me Cook and Madison and Hopkins all day long. Like, this one is not even close to me, pal. Not even close. I'd rather have that Cook and Madison and Hopkins side by a mile. By a mile. Who do I start? Kyler, if he plays. Tua versus the Jets, or Fields versus the Ravens. Any thoughts? Kyler, if he plays, you play him. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, man. He's not going to go out. The way that they're potentially going to hold him out, if they're worried about him, they would just hold him out and then hit the bye week if they were going to play him like gingerly. So you can't sit Kyler. If Kyler's going, you play Kyler. Plain and simple. No question about it. Not even a little. Derek Justa, again, I go Gallup. What's up, Rock Out? Do I still think Trey is a good stash? In the right circumstance, yeah. Like, if you're in a league where there's no good quarterbacks on waivers, you don't really even have a great backup, then you might be crafty, grabbing Lance, waiting, and then at the right time, if, God forbid, you need a quarterback to enter your lineup, he's in the lineup. Or in a 2 QB league, he's a must-own. In other scenarios, like where there's good backups on waivers, like in some leagues you have like Burrow on waivers, in other leagues you don't even have Cam Newton on waivers. So it totally depends on the depth, how big your league is. But I'd say Lance still has a shot to impress some people, and it's very easy to act like he's not going to be relevant now. Things can change really, really quickly. Appreciate you being here, Rock Out. What's up, Garrett? Shout out from Gilbert. Attaboy. Garrett, DM me on Instagram and say, Smitty, it's me, Garrett from Gilbert or whatever. And I'm going to put you in the Arizona chat group, because when I do local events, I want to be able to reach out to a bunch of the local people. So anybody that's in Phoenix or Arizona, period, message me on Instagram if you want to be a part of some local meetups and stuff that I might do, or some promotions. Like if I do a promotion at a sports bar, it'd be great to let all you guys know. Thank you, Sam. Please help Hurts Newton rest of season. I mean, Hurts, man. Hurts. You got to go with Hurts. Especially 6 points, rushing TDs. I know Cam's going to get him too, but I love Hurts, man. Anything's possible, but give me Hurts, bro. What's up, Jay? What's up? Joel. My Herbie and CMC for Kyler and Adams. It's like an interesting like direction to go in, but wait, not enough. It's CMC and Herbie. Herbie's close enough to Kyler. Some would argue very close. Some would argue not very, very close, but decent enough that there's Adams and CMC. You should get a lot more for, like, if you were to trade Christian McCaffrey for Adams, you need to get Adams and like Swift for CMC. If you could get Adams and Swift for CMC, I would do that right now. The quarterback improvement isn't as big as that Swift, that additional here's a DeAndre Swift to just add to your lineup. That's a lot more impacting than the Kyler to Herbert, drop. So I'm going to say no on that. But I actively still try and get rid of McCaffrey only because, like I've said before 100,000 times, in those in here that are pro McCaffrey, I get it. But if everybody listened to what I'm saying on this, we would have a much, I think, more agreeable understanding of how I view McCaffrey. You only trade McCaffrey if you're getting 2 players that you're going to be completely fine with if McCaffrey continues to ball out. Like, both sides are going to love the trade. If both sides of the trade aren't completely happy, if everybody stays healthy, then it's a bad McCaffrey trade. Don't make a trade. Don't trade McCaffrey away unless your worst case scenario is McCaffrey blows up still, stays healthy all year, and you're completely happy still with your side of the trade. If you cannot say that about the trade, you are trading McCaffrey way too low. It's the best way I could describe it. Yet somebody comes in and says, "You're telling people to trade McCaffrey. You're crazy." When I've mapped it out as clearly as I can. There's not much more I can say that explains that better. But I think we're still going to get people saying, "Told you you're wrong." Look, McCaffrey looks amazing right now. And if he continues and stays healthy, no question about it, he's 1, 2, or 3 overall. JT still could make an argument. He could be, if McCaffrey stays healthy, he's probably 1 or 2, I would imagine, overall going forward. JT could definitely hang with him or beat him. Najee could, but Najee could hit a rookie wall at the same time, and his offense can limit him from time to time. But it's McCaffrey and JT and Najee, whatever order you want to put them in. Those are the top 3 overall players. We love Najee in the offseason. Remember when people called us crazy for liking Najee at number 7 or 8? Oh, that's too early. Najee's been dropping it. And if drafting today, we're all taking Najee in the top 3, right? Top 5 at least. I mean, maybe you go Kupp or Hill or something like that. That's fine too. But Najee's the number. He's a top 3 running back right now if you're drafting today for week 11 on. I mean, there's still other good. Like, if I'm ranking the running backs, we can do a mock draft too. Dalvin Cook is there, but he hasn't been playing like that. You could easily say you want Najee over Dalvin Cook. Chubb, now back, could rival a 4 or 5 overall running back spot. Elliott could, but he could also fall off. And then it's like Eckler. You know, Eckler's the only other running back I can even think of. Like, Barkley's not there for me. Barkley, I have a tier below that. Could he be the tier below that? Sure. Could he be at the top of the tier below that? Absolutely. Could he be non-existent? Absolutely. That's why I worry about Barkley. But Barkley's not in that tier. That tier is Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Najee Harris, and then it's probably Cook, and then Kamara if he's healthy. Kamara, Cook, I think are right below Najee. Kamara, Cook, and then it's like Eckler, and then I don't even know if I put Zeke right there. I put Zeke hanging on. I put Zeke hanging on to that tier. I'm very okay with trading Zeke right now on the high. I'm very, very okay with it. You could trade Zeke right now for Swift and DK. You know, go get Swift and DK for Zeke Elliott right now, even if you have to give up something very, very small to make the other owner feel, okay, well, I'm getting something back. A-Rod, Dillon, Ridley, Aaron Jones for D-Hop and Josh Allen. A-Rod, Dillon, Ridley, Aaron Jones for D-Hop and Josh Allen. No. I mean, the problem with that trade is that you have D-Hop out right now, so you're trading all of that for Josh Allen. And then the third game from now, you might get Hopkins back. You might not. You might. Yeah, I mean, it's too much to lose. Would you rather have Diggs or J-Rob? Diggs. People need to look at Montgomery end of season. Don't trade Montgomery. I like Montgomery. He's a good buy low. Swift is getting a lot of targets. He is. I worry about him staying healthy still, but the volume concern I had for him is starting to look pretty solid. 65, 31. Hit the like button, guys. Punch the likes. Punch that like. Lamb that like button. Got 65 to 75 of you in here, depending on what platform we're rolling with. We're on Twitter. We're on Twitch. We're on LinkedIn. We're on LinkedIn too. I bet you guys didn't know that you stream on LinkedIn every single time we go live from the studio. You are on LinkedIn. Didn't know that, did you? You learn something every day. You've just been media'd. Kamara playing on Sunday. Let's look up Kamara. Let's go through the news, I suppose, and see if there's anything new. Did I answer this? I need a running back, and I was thinking of trading Diggs for a running back of equal value. I don't think I answered the super chat yet. Sorry, Michael. Michael, you still here? Equal value? Tough. Tough question, bro. Tough question. Because equal value, the running back drop-off is crazy. The running back drop, it's like running back ones, couple running back twos, and then no running back twos. The market is dead for running back twos. Diggs for Eckler, probably not going to get that done. If you give something up in addition to Diggs, you might get Eckler. Swift, I'd like to get something with Swift if you're giving up Diggs. So Swift and at least a Mike Williams, at least something that gives you upside. Connor, Cordero Hurt, Gibson, Javonte Williams, at least if you're doing a Swift and Javonte. Wide receiver wise, if you're adding something with Swift to give up Dylan, McLaurin would be great. Pittman, Deontay, Hopkins. Some people have valued, like I've looked at some data that encompasses a lot of different rankings and consensus wide in the industry, and Hopkins is like around, I want to say like 20 to 24 overall wide receiver going forward. So when I say things like you could trade Diggs for Swift and Hopkins, people say you can't get Hopkins. Hopkins is a name right now to some people, and other people, they value him at 20 to 24. So Hopkins is dirt cheap. You should be able to trade a lot of things that don't make sense because of the big name. You don't even try it, but you don't realize that the Hopkins owner is hurting bad. You don't realize the Hopkins owner is willing to trade Hopkins away for Damian Harris right now. And you have no clue because you just assume it's Hopkins. I can't get him. Try and get Hopkins dirt cheap. You could get Hopkins and Swift for Diggs. I would do that. I'm not saying the Swift owner for sure has that combo, but I'm just trying to give you an idea. And let me know if you have a further question on that, and I'll try and help you with it. Thank you, Michael, for the super chat. Thank you, Joel, for the super chat. As far as Kamara, let's go through the news here. Let's get our news on. Let's get our news on here. Hold on. Bear with me while I... Whoa. God, this is all jacked up. How are my settings always jacked up? I don't know what's going on with my computer half the time. I swear. And it's this newer one. My other computer didn't have these issues. Everything always stayed the same. Upgraded the bad boy. And now look at us. Okay. So, right here. All right, here we go. Hunter Henry, 25 yards. This is going to give us the stats. Jacoby Myers, 39. Horrible game. Aguilar, 40 and a touchdown. He was a star. He was the offensive star of the game. 40 yards and a touchdown. Absolute superstar on Thursday Night Football. This is your beast right here. This is your beast. This is your high score. Freaking Thursday Night Football. I'm so done with Thursday Night Football. I'm so tired of Thursday Night Football completely screwing us over and just giving us literally no fantasy football goodness. It's absolute garbage. Okay, here we go. Kendrick Bourne, 42 yards. Bolden, whatever, 10 for 56. Good yards per carry. If we combined Ramondre and freaking Damian Harris, we'd have a 100-yard runner. We would have had a superstar. Ramondre, 12 for 69. Look at those yards per carry, though. 12 for 69. Ramondre looked really darn good, and we knew he was going to look good. We didn't know what Bill was going to do. We thought maybe it'd be 50-50, but at least he'd get a touchdown or something. Had he punched in a score, 70 yards and a touchdown would have been a really good night. But no. No. Mac Jones, mediocre stat line, but bringing home the win. Patriots D went crazy. 28 points, I think, in one of my leagues. Let's go to the next piece of news here. These are just the stats from the game. Gallman, negative 3 yards. Negative 3 yards. Rock out with a super chat. Rock out says, trade CMC for Mixon and Barkley. Swift is your running back too. Trade CMC for Mixon and Barkley. That's tough, man. That's tough. Guys, what do you... I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say you got someone on your bench combined with McCaffrey. It's still better. I want something different, but I want to know if everybody else likes that. Your running back two is Swift. Guys, would you take Barkley and Mixon for CMC if you had Swift also? And let's say you could start all three. Mr. Punch dropping a big one. Thank you, Mr. Punch. Always appreciate you, buddy. I'm going to start putting, not that like dollar amount needs to be emphasized because I appreciate any super chat. I appreciate a like. I appreciate a comment. But I do want to reward the people that are helping the channel on this tremendous level, like Rock Out always dropping them, Terry always dropping them, Mr. Punch always dropping them. They're never expected, always appreciated. And I want to do something where like the top super chatter of the night of the top two go in the top corner. So for right now, the top two names, or maybe we'll do top three. It'd be Michael, Rock Out, and Mr. Punch. So I'm going to do that now. We're going to kick that off now. Top super chatters of the show. So it would be Mr. Punch, Michael, and again, it's not about money more. I just want you guys to know that I appreciate all of you. But I do want you guys to feel appreciated when you give so much to the channel. So this is one way I've thought about it. And let me know if you have other ideas too. But these are the top super chatters of the show so far. And I want to keep doing this. I'm going to keep it in the corner. Mr. Punch, let me get to yours right after I finish Rock Outs. What does everybody think? CMC side, Swift and CMC, Barkley, Mixon. Well, no, he's not giving up Swift. He's just saying that he's got Swift as his running back too. He could start Swift in the trade. So if he traded away Barkley, if he traded away CMC for Mixon and Barkley, he would still be starting Swift, whether he made the trade or not made the trade. So it's CMC or Mixon and Barkley straight up. So if you guys could vote on that and let the man know what you think, I'd appreciate it. My guy Smitty, what's up, Talbot? Good call on not starting Hunter Henry. Yeah, Thursdays suck, bro. Good call there, but like there are a lot of Stevenson questions, and I did like them enough to be like, hey, Stevenson versus that garbage player, put Stevenson in. So maybe garbage player will outscore Stevenson. We'll find out. But it was hard. It was hard to determine what to do in that case. Mixon and Lamb for JT. I'd probably rather have JT, man. I'm not a huge Mixon guy. I'm not saying I wouldn't take Mixon, but you got mostly CMC votes here. CMC side, CMC. Snakey said all Stevenson needed was a touchdown. I agree. 70 yards and a touchdown would have been perfect. CMC side. Yeah, I don't think it's an Rock Out. It's not horrible. It's just not the right players for me to be giving up McCaffrey. I want to do a deal if I'm you, probably, but I'm certainly wanting to get different players, I think. And let me see here. There we go. That's a little better. Mr. Punch. Hey, Smitty. I just took our first Dynasty team ever. Took over my first Dynasty team ever this year. And are reducing our keepers to 14 and becoming a super flex. If you keep 2 QBs this year, your max keepers are 10. I sent you some pics of my team on Insta. Would you make any moves before the deadline? Let's go ahead and check out what this boy's got. Mr. Punch. All right, Mr. Punch, let's get after it. There we go, Mr. Punch. Hold on one second. I got to reopen Instagram, Mr. Punch. Give me 1 second. Buddy, bro, I ordered one right after the show. A pizza? You guys talking about pizza pie? Attaboy. Okay. Okay, here we go. Why is Instagram gotta be so difficult? I'm trying to get to your DM. Guys, go to the voicemails, leave a message, a voicemail if you want to be on the show. I'll play them. Give it a bump real quick, if you could. Give it a bump real quick, Mr. Punch. Just type in something, if you wouldn't mind. It's like not even organizing my DMs. Actually, there it went. Okay. So Mr. Punch has the following team. Tom Brady. So you're taking over Dynasty team next year. They're reducing the keepers to 14 and becoming a super flex. If you keep 2 QBs this year, your max keepers is 10. I sent you some pics of my team. Would you make any moves before the deadline? So you got Brady. Who are your quarterbacks? You got Jalen Hurts. Okay, I was like, you don't have a second quarterback. You got to keep Hurts and probably Brady. Brady's tough to keep in a Superflex dynasty because like you don't know how many I don't know how many years he has left, but it's tough. It's tough to say. I'd probably say I keep Brady in Hurts for right now, and just give Brady another year, at least one more year. You got Pitts, you got Gaskin, you got Swift, you got Kittle, you got Deontay Johnson, you got Nick Chubb, you got Mixon, very solid on the bench. You have Fields. Fields. You could keep Fields. Fields, Hurts, Hubbard, Sutton. Fields would be an interesting keep with. I mean, you could keep all 3 of those quarterbacks. I'd probably say the best moves you can make with this team would be to. I'd probably trade Kittle high. I'd probably trade Nick Chubb high. I like them this year. I'd trade Mixon. I'd move those running. I'd move Chubb, Mixon, and Kittle in a dynasty league, not necessarily in a redraft league. And I actually like them go forward for the rest of this year. So if you're competing for that bag right now, then I don't know that I make the moves right now. But in the future, bro, or if you're losing and you just want to make moves now because there's bargains to be had, I'm trading Nick Chubb. I'm trading Mixon. I'd keep Swift if I'm you. I would keep. I might keep Deontay or sell him depending on what you can get on your bench. I'm keeping your quarterbacks. I'm keeping Fields, Brady, and Hurts. I'd try and buy Kyler cheap. I'd try and buy Hopkins on the cheap. I'd try and buy. Let me pull up a list of some players. We have a list over here. I'd buy McLaurin cheap. I'd buy, like I said, Kyler, Waller, even though he's not a spring chicken. I'd buy Waller. Of course, I'd take stabs at DK, Josh Allen, Jamar Chase. Those are all guys I'd try and grab. But Kyler and Hopkins, especially right now. And if that owner can win the bag this year or has potential, like let's say the Kyler Murray owners in the playoffs, go for it, bro. Go for it. This is This team is 8-2 currently in first. Oh, then what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? 8-2 currently in first. You got to kind of wait. Chubb is gonna get you a lot of points. Mixon will be fine. I still try and trade for Kyler now. I still try and trade for Hopkins now. You're 8-2. Those are two perfect players to go after in your situation. Go after Hopkins and Kyler right now. That's my advice, Mr. Punch. That'll help you for the future and for the now. Okay. Hold on. What is this, Kyle? Is this your music or what? Because I can't play any other music on this show, unfortunately. This one's for Michael. I'll go back to it.
So just need to know, Renfro or Christian?
Renfro or what? Christian Kirk?
Hey, Smitty. So just need to know, Renfro or Christian?
Christian Kirk, I think you're saying? Probably Renfro. Renfro. I mean, I don't know. Kirk's an interesting play. Like, if your gut says Kirk, if Kyler is back and he's trending potentially to be back, I might go Kirk, but you could talk me into Kirk really easy, but I think Renfro's safer.
Sorry, don't think you got all that. It's Renfro or Christian Kirk.
Renfro or Christian Kirk. I'm gonna go Renfro, young man. But I still like the idea of Kirk if Kyler plays, and I could be talked into that pretty easily. Mitch with the super chat. Thank you, Mitch. Mitch goes into second place. Michael goes down to third place for the super chat of the night. Mitch with the 5 spot. Thank you, Mitch. And again, I'm not trying to get greedy by putting this up, more so to just thank you guys and give you recognition for all that you do. So please don't take it in a bad way or anything. And if I'm wrong on this, let me know. I'm going to go through and try and make sure I'm right. It's probably going to be hard to keep tabs on this. Who am I kidding? I'm going to have a tough time always trying to figure out which person's in the lead. Mr. Punch has, I think, 57 now or something. 57. Joey, appreciate you. Joey says, who can I get for Brandon Cooks? That's a great question, Joey. That is a fantastic question. Let's find out. Let me pull up some rankings here and cook something up for you, Joey. We're going to get you taken care of, young man. So looking at my rest of season rankings, I'm going to say for Cooks, if you wanted a running back, you could get a Javonte if you want to take a gamble. You can maybe get a Gibson if you're lucky, give up a little bit more. You could maybe get a Kareem Hunt who's injured right now if you want to take a chance on that. A Clyde who's hurt if you want to take a chance on that. If you need a wide receiver, you could definitely see if potentially Hopkins could be had. You probably have to add a little more. But Hopkins is ranked across the industry as the 20 to 24th ranked wide receiver going for rest of season. Not for this week, rest of season. People rank him outside of the top 20. He is very attainable. People just don't know it because they're afraid to try. They're afraid to ask for someone like Hopkins. And so I urge you to go looking, go shopping, try and see if you can get yourself a DeAndre Hopkins. Mitch, thanks again for the super chat, buddy boy. You have a few more supers, Smitty. Mr. Punch, I think I got him. If I'm missing one, let me know. I think I'm under control there. 3 wide receivers. I have Stafford, Najee, JT. Amazing running backs, bro. Don't freak out about Stafford either. CD, Deontay, Ayuk, Waller, and Jacobs in the flex. Also have Marvin Jones. Don't really want wide receiver. Don't really like wide receiver 3s. Any recommendations? Yeah. I'd trade. So you got CD Lamb, Deontay, and then you're not happy with Ayuk. I don't blame you. I'd probably go Jacobs for try getting DK. You could probably get using Jacobs and a player. You might have to give up somebody else like Jacobs and Ayuk. Get DK. I'd trade Ayuk for Hopkins. I'm telling you, at least try. I would trade Jacobs for Hopkins, to be honest with you. I would do it. I don't care. If you could get more, get more. Don't trade Waller. Don't trade Lamb. Deontay and Jacobs for, I mean, let's think big, bro. Who cares about your wide receiver 3? Fill it from a waiver wire spot. What if you took Deontay and Jacobs and turned that into, Diggs, Jefferson, Jamar Chase? I think you could get Jamar Chase potentially using Jacobs and Deontay, bro. Try that. Those are just a few ideas that I have, broski. Lewis is in third with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate you, buddy boy. And thank you, Rock Out. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Let's go to Kyle. Okay, this is Kyle's music. Rock out. I'm waiting for that. Take a lap.
Yo, Smitty, are you full after that pizza you had today? Since you're only eating one meal now.
I got heartburn galore, bro. Where's your other music, bro?
Hey, Smitty, would you
let me go find it.
Trying to trade for and Smitty as far. Yeah, Smitty, I feel.
Where's your music, bro?
Yeah, last. But it seems like
I'm trying to find.
And Smitty, my team is. Hey, Smitty. Yeah, my situation. And also, I was in by the end of the week.
Here it is, I think.
Those penalties by the
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, Smitty. He's like,
it's like the same thing. Hey, Smitty. Hey, Smitty. That's Rock Out. I like it, Rock Out. Rock Out, give me a take a lap beat. Is it too late? Is it too late? Trevin, thank you. Appreciate you being here. Guys, thumb up if you can. 150 of you in here. Please punch the thumbs up. You're welcome, Mitch. I appreciate your super chat. Good buddy. You're the man, the myth, the legend. Already on the show. Appreciate you. Lewis, did I ever answer Lewis's super chat? just took us $5 and didn't do anything with it. Lewis, sorry. Smitty, should I start Justin Fields instead of Kyler Murray? I'm afraid he'll be limited. My gut instinct tells me, bro, don't be worried about it if they play him, because they're so tempted to rest him to get him healthy. I don't think they'd put him out there if he was limited. I don't think they'd want to risk it. I think if he's good to go, he's good to go. I'm going to say put Kyler in. I'm not putting in Fields. Fields is not even that attractive of a replacement, so give me a limited Kyler versus Fields. But I could change my mind by Saturday night, so please let me know. And I will let me know on Saturday. This question, remind me, and we'll tack it again. See if I've changed my mind. Have you done a scooter for 2022 rookie scouting? I thought it said scooter. I'm so used to seeing you guys talk about scooters. Have you done scouting for 2022 rookie drafts? I thought you were gonna ask me if I've done a scooter video live stream. I'm like, yeah, I have done it. I think I got scootering on my mind. I have done a couple scooter shows, bro. I'm the only fantasy football live streaming scooter fantasy football show. I scooter live and answer questions. Nobody. I wonder if we could get Guinness Book of World Records in the door for a conversation. See if they'd be willing to put us down for the first ever longest live stream scooter session. What was the question? I just got rid of it. Scouting. I think it was just scouting. I haven't done anything written or video form, no, but I will. I always kind of wait a little bit. Let things settle. Plus, I'm so hyper focused on everything during the week. I don't have time for that. I want to, but I don't have time. And I'd like to wait until January 1. On January 1, this is why you need a lifetime membership at Sleeper U. On January 1, the new membership kicks into gear for the fall for the next year. Everything's fantasy. Everything's a fantasy season that I sell. And so If you get your lifetime membership, you never pay for content again. You get my text advice for the remainder of the season, and you also get a free draft call where I'll draft with you if you buy that within the next couple of weeks. I'm doing a little special. Sanchez mentioned Lamb will be playing the slot Sunday. Let me tell you about Lamb in the slot. When Lamb's in the slot, he blows up. When Gallup's in there, it's good. Gallup stretches the field. Lamb does a quick little slant. Why do you think Lamb looks so good on his little slants, man? His little 5-yard slants, 7-yard slants. He takes them like 40 yards as Gallup stretches the defense and opens it up and spreads it out. So when Lamb plays the slot, he blows up. And I'm saying 100 and a tutty for Lamb in week number 11. That's rock out. Thank you for the voice message, rock out. Appreciate that. Pretty good too.
McKissick or Foreman?
What? You guys are cutting this off really early now.
Hey Smitty, should I trade Mahomes?
Oh,
Zeke,
that's an old one. Hold on.
What's up, Smitty? McKissick or Foreman?
Foreman? I think he's saying Deonta Foreman. McKissick. I'm not a big believer in Foreman, bro. I'm not quite feeling the Foreman situation. I'm just not feeling it. Yeah, Lamb. Hey, R. Smith, Lamb's going to blow it up, buddy boy. Smitty, what side are you taking, Austin? Kelsey, James Robinson, Mike Evans, or Cooks, Madison, Judy Pitts? Oof. Kelsey, James Robinson, Mike Evans. Probably the Kelsey, James Robinson, Mike Evans side, buddy. And the reason I say that is because, like, as much as I want to say Cook is locked in as a top 5 overall player, because he could be, with Madison. You have to have Madison. We don't know if Cook's going to get taken away from us in week 12 because of the legal issues. Like, don't think for a second that thing's ironed out by any means whatsoever. If somebody thinks that something would have happened by now, you don't understand how the NFL works and how news breaking can change a person's career in the snap of a finger. One video clip, one voicemail, one screenshot of a really bad DM that's being held out and not introduced as evidence yet. One friend's testimony. It doesn't, like, one, it sucks because, it's innocent until proven guilty in the real world, but the NFL is not the real world. If anybody thinks that we aren't one piece of news away from Cook never playing again, or no pieces of news drop and Cook doesn't ever miss a game. Like, it could go in either direction. Because of that, the fact that we don't really know what Cook is, I like him. I like to think he's a top 5 overall player right now. But to get James Robinson, who is definitely a downgrade, but then to get Kelsey and Mike Evans in compensation for the downgrade, I would try and move James Robinson, but I would do this. I would make the trade and then move James Robinson. Let's get back to the news. 141 in here, 75 likes. Punch that thumbs up, says Terry. Okay, Joel, I'll try and get to that. Legion says Smitty, Carr, Dylan, Zeke, and Judy for Josh Allen, Hill, and Adams. Come on, bro. Come on. Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill, and Devontae Adams for Carr, Dylan, Zeke, and Judy. Like, first of all, Legion, there's no, if you're sending this offer out, you're going to ruin, you're going to close all lines of trade communication with this individual, with this offer. If you're actually getting this offer, take a lap for not accepting it immediately and boasting about it versus asking. Good Lord, Legion. First of all, Josh Allen crushes Carr. Like, Josh Allen's my number 1 quarterback. Tyreek Hill is my number one wide receiver. And easily, I'd draft him over Zeke right now. For weeks 11 on, I'd draft Hill over Zeke. Adams. Like, Judy and Dylan together don't even come close to Adams. Like, this is a beatdown. Beatdown. Legion, are you offering this or did this come to you? I'm excited for you if this is coming to you, bro. Appreciate you. I'm excited if this is coming to you. G Money with a super chat. Saeed with a super chat. G Money goes into second place. Since Mitch was the first to get the 5, he stays there at the 3 spot. Is it G Money? Thank you, G Money. Appreciate you, buddy boy. And let me get to your question right now. G Money says, what trade should I cook up for Jamar Chase, not Jamal Chase? Don't be trading for Jamal Chase with the package we come up with. You're going to be very, very disappointed in the morning. Tannehill, Dalvin, Madison, Lamb, Elijah Moore, Waller, Hopkins, Claypool, AB, Booker, Eno Benjamin, Logan Thomas. I don't know, man. I mean, looking at your team, it's like, you know, Jamar Chase and like Swift for Cook. I'd do that potentially. You know, that's something I'd do. I can't see you trading. I don't want you trading Lamb. Waller, you can't sell Waller high enough to do anything. Hopkins, same thing. There's no move to be made here other than to trade Cook for Chase and a running back. And it has to be somebody as good as Swift. That's the only move I can see happening. Maybe you trade Cook for Chase and like a Josh Allen or something because you have Tannehill. I mean, I maybe consider that as well. But then what do you do at running back? So you kind of have to get a running back. So Swift and Chase. You can tell me who the top running backs are on the Chase team. That might help me. That might help me, bro. Hey, Smitty, you sent my team on Insta last minute moves you could make. It's hard to look at Insta and correlate this because it just slows down the show. I'll try and look, but Saeed, it's hard to find it. Let me see if I can find it. Try and type it in if possible. Because loading it, then waiting, and then, you know, we have people that can't, like it right now, it's not loading my most recent, I don't know. Let me see, Saeed, hold on one second. Yeah, here it is, I got it. Okay, so you have Cam Newton, you have Taylor, Stevenson, Jefferson, Diggs, Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown's a potential trade. Jeff Wilson could become a potential trade piece for you. I like your team, man. I mean, Jefferson, Diggs, Hollywood, Jonathan Taylor. I'd maybe contemplate trading Hollywood and like Stevenson, or Hollywood and Jeff Wilson for, you know, like a if you could get a Swift, like something like that. I'd also say, man, I'd also say like you could go after James Conner somehow using Jeff Wilson, and like you could maybe trade Stevenson for him. I mean, those are just a couple ideas. Swift, Conner, Henderson, all very cheap guys, but do this without trading Taylor, Jefferson, Diggs. Don't trade them. If you need to get into 2 players, you could trade like a Diggs for a McLaurin and running back if running back was, let's say, Swift. So McLaurin and Swift for Diggs, and then you throw somebody back like a Michael Carter or something like that. Those are the best ideas I can come up with off the fly. But hit me back if you've got an additional, and I will try and get you. Legion says, sorry, Smitty, it was Keenan Allen instead of Tyreek Hill. Oh, Legion. Let's see. So it's Carr, Dylan, Zeke, and Judy for Josh Allen, Keenan Allen. Big difference, bro. You were getting excited. You wanted it to be Tyreek Hill. So Josh Allen, Keenan Allen, and Adams for Carr, Zeke. I mean, I still do it. I mean, Josh Allen and Adams for Carr and Zeke. Josh Allen and Adams for Carr and Zeke. I take Josh Allen and Adams over Carr and Zeke all day long, and you're telling me I still get Keenan Allen. I mean, Dylan for a couple weeks is gonna ball, bro. So like, be prepared for that. But could Keenan Allen play as well as Dylan? He could, and he's only getting Dylan for the 2 weeks probably. So, I still do the trade. Fantasy football trade psychology ebook come out. Yeah, you'll have rock out. Don't worry, bro. We're gonna have all that right here on. Let me show you guys. So right here on Sleeper U. Let me zoom in. So this is sleeperu.com if you are not familiar with it. And I have articles, rankings, bold predictions, trade calculator, video courses. So right here is where you're going to get video courses and like ebooks or whatever. Dominate every draft slot. That's coming in 2022. So how to dominate every single draft slot. If you're drafting from the 1.1, the 1.2, the 1.3, you'll basically click on this bad boy and it will take you to 1 through 12. So courses come in January 1 through 12. And those courses will be like, okay, how do I dominate from the 3 spot? And then you'll see just the 3 spot. Art of trading, fantasy football for beginners, make your weaknesses your strengths, big mistakes in fantasy, and then yeah, psychology. You all have psychology. So that's all coming. That's all at sleeperu.com. Also at sleeperu.com, you know, obviously the rankings, the bold predictions, but the trade calculator is extremely useful. Because you can do multiple player trades. So let's say you're trading AJ Brown. AJ Brown's worth $36 in redraft. He's worth $38 in Dynasty, according to $200 auction dollars. Let's say we have Aaron. No, let's go with Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is $42 redraft dollars, $39 in Dynasty. He's taking a little dip because he's getting older. He's constantly getting banged up. I see your super chats. I'm coming. So right now, you add in another player. All you got to do, if you click on AJ Brown, it takes him away. If you click on another name, it adds him. So if we go to, let's say, Austin Eckler, now we're making the redraft value out of $200 auction dollars, $76, and Dynasty 77. It's important to show both, because I think it helps you mentally, even if you're in a redraft trade, it helps you understand how good I expect the player to remain. So it's kind of it's having a dynasty and I invented the first instant-based trade calculator in the fantasy football industry in 2003, and I've enhanced it over the years, and I've tried to make it as useful as I can make it. And I thought to myself last year when I was tweaking it, and every year I improve it, I thought, you know what? It's so important to know what the dynasty value is in your redraft trade. You should know both. And if you're doing a dynasty trade, you shouldn't just be told to do it or not do it. You should be given enough information to make your choice. So I wanted the dynasty value to be there for the redraft trade. I wanted the redraft value to be there for the dynasty trade, so that you could say to yourself, okay, AJ Brown, let's say this is a redraft trade. Smitty, loves these guys the same in Dynasty, essentially. So, therefore, he's not feeling like breakdowns coming this year or whatever. So, now we've got a $76 redraft 77 Dynasty. And let's say we add a player like DeAndre Swift. Now we've got a $75 trade versus and a 73 Dynasty. So these two together. Oh, I just got rid of Alvin Kamara. So let's think about it for a second. Eckler and Kamara, AJ Brown and Swift, they're essentially identical values for 2021. But in Dynasty, there's some concern about Kamara dropping off. Eckler probably feels like he's got another year, and then he feels like he'll be in the same boat as Kamara. Kind of concerned that the workload's adding up. A.J. Brown, he's still very young. DeAndre Swift, there's worry about Detroit. Will they bring in another player to compete with Swift? They've already struggled to commit to him, so there's a little bit more like worry attached to his long-term value, even though the talent is truly there. It's a little bit of a lesser trade for the long term. So it's a great way to break down your trades at sleeperu.com. Just get on over there, sleeperu.com, right here. Hold on. And I've got all my most recent articles. Scroll down or just hit pricing in the top corner. So if you go to the menu and you hit pricing, it'll bring you to the same page. But if anybody orders a lifetime membership today, tomorrow, anytime this week, just toggle on to lifetime. If you order a lifetime membership, you never pay for content again. You get a 1-hour draft call with me, and you get text advice for the remainder of the 2021 season. And the ability to upgrade your lifetime email advice if you buy that package. You upgrade into text advice for like $20 a year. That price hasn't been locked in yet, so but I would do that for anybody who orders today. Okay, let's get back to we got news, we got super chats, we've got faint with a super chat. My boy Faintski. Faintski. And Faintski asked me, thank you, Rock Out, for the question and the super chat, buddy boy. Appreciate you. 6-4, 12-team, full PPR, made a huge trade. Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. Team is Kyler, Tyreek, JJ, Jamar, Najee, Zeke, Kittle, Hunt, Myers. Would you trade Hill for Kamara? So that's this team currently. Hope you made a huge trade. Okay, so you got this team right here. So you got Kamara. So would I trade Hill for Kamara? You got Najee, you got Zeke, you got JJ, Jamar, Kyler, Tyreek Hill. I mean, you don't need to. I would just hold on to Hill. If Kamara's banged up and you've got two running backs in Zeke and Najee, you've got Hill, Jamar, and Justin Jefferson. You can start all three. Why divide? Why divide it up? There's no reason. This is your flex. Like, there's no reason to take Hill and turn it into a Kamara flex when you could just start Hill. I'd rather start Hill in PPR, or maybe AJ Brown and Fournette for. No, just hold. Your team's fire, bro. You have the best receivers you could have. You have a quarterback I think is going to go crazy. And you still have top elite running backs. I don't touch it, Faint. Your team is fantastic. Nice work. G Money, Chase team, Barkley, and Mitchell, Foreman, Howard. I don't know if you're going to get Barkley in that deal, but try. Yeah, so Barkley could be the running back in that deal, G Money. Sure. I don't know if you do it. Fantasy football trades. Oh, I already got that one. Thanks again, pal. Saeed, thank you. G Money, thank you. G Money, I forget. I was saying, so Jamar Chase, we were talking about potentially trading, what did we say? Cook for Chase and Barkley. And maybe you could them back like AB or Hopkins, bro. I don't know, though. I don't think he's going to do that. But try it. Snakey. How are we feeling about Seattle rest of season, more specifically DK Russell? I wouldn't use one game off of like rust not being in the lineup. I wouldn't use one game to determine Russ Wilson's future, bro. Don't worry about it. I feel pretty decent about Seattle. I feel pretty decent. I feel like they're gonna bounce back. They're gonna be the Seattle we know. They've been up and down. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about DK. Legion's got to go. Thank you, Legion. Appreciate you. Swap A.J. Dillon and Hendy for Aaron Jones. Swap A.J. Dillon and Hendy for Aaron Jones. Why would you do that? Why would you get rid of Dillon to get Aaron Jones? You can't. I never understand that. Like, this is not against you, Formula Drama. I'm not trying to come at you with this, but I never understand why people are okay with this, like, swapping of these players that you need to have together. If I'm trading A.J. Dillon, if I'm getting Aaron Jones, I'm keeping A.J. Dillon. I'm not sending A.J. Dillon to a guy so he can just grease me into 2 amazing starts and then you find out Aaron Jones is out longer. No way. No way. Hendy for Aaron Jones. Give him something else, but you don't let him grease you for keeping the guy that's holding this player as a top 5 player together. Absolutely not. Mike, if A.J. Dillon can hit 79 rushing yards, I'll win $400. I think A.J. Dillon's got a good shot at it, buddy boy. Chubb for Jamar Chase. You need to get more. You have Lenny, and Dalvin Madison. Only good wide receivers, Hopkins, and he's killing me. Dalvin, you have Lenny, and no, you need to get more. Chubb's probably like a top 8 overall player right now. Now that he's coming back. And Jamar could play there. I expect Jamar to kind of be right there overall. I really do. But his value is so much lower than that. Like, you need to get a whole lot more. You need to get like a Connor and Jamar, bro. Like something. You can't just do that straight up. I like where your head's at, but you got to get a running back. Looking for playoffs. Tried to keep Dillon and put in Ingram. He's not having it. Well, you know what? You're not having it either then, in my opinion. I'm not doing that. I mean, your record does matter. So, like, if you can weather through it, I suppose I consider it, but make him give you something else crazy that he doesn't like. Like, that's somebody that likes to have control. This guy likes to control every trade, doesn't he? He wants you to come to his terms every time. I can feel it. He's that kind of trader. He's a frustrating trader. I bet you get super frustrated by this guy. I'm already frustrated. I'm already annoyed by his trade tactic. I'm gonna give you Aaron Jones, but you're gonna give me Dillon. Like that. That's ridiculous. AJ or Kirk? What are your thoughts? Rest of season, probably Kirk, because of how old Green is and his body's breaking down. Feels a little bit like Gronk and Antonio Brown right now. No problem, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I understand about the bye with Chubb, but I mean, it's a good point. Let's be honest. It is a good point. Jamar Chase. It is a good point. I'll be real with you. If you think that bye week's gonna crush you, record-wise, then I do consider. Randy makes a good point. We do need to consider that if you have the record to weather through the bye, then Chubb is the play. Keep Chubb. But if like you can't afford any of these losses from here on out, then maybe Jamar. But I have a feeling your record's pretty decent. I think I forget what your record is. But Gibson and Clyde straight up for Aaron Jones. I'd take Aaron Jones. I hope you have Dillon, though. Scott, Stash Stevenson, if I have Harris, yes. I would definitely hold both of them. If one goes down, boom. You know, Bolden could still get in the mix, though, but it's not guaranteed. But I do feel like tonight they killed each other. I mean, Stevenson looked great. I mean, looked fantastic. But they do kind of hurt each other. Let's go through the news. Man, I have to go through all these guys again. Hold on. And see where we were at. Gage. Hollison, Mike Davis told you he was going to flop. 20 yards. Guy's a disappointment this year. And then on top of that, you have a disappointing Thursday night game, and on top of that, you have the fact that Gallman was going to eat into his. It was just, there was no upside. Deebo Samuel shin remained limited Thursday. He's probably going to be fine. Hasty. Alex Collins groin downgraded to did not practice on Thursday. It's a concern, though Collins followed this routine in Week 8 before suiting up. Seahawks were on a bye in Week 9. Collins never got a do not practice in Week 9. So we can assume that his Week 11 status, even though he suited up 3 weeks ago, we can't assume his Week 11 status. The Seahawks badly need Collins, with Chris Carson next seemingly unlikely to come off injured reserve. If Collins can play, it will be a plus matchup in a run funnel. Yeah, the Cardinals would be a decent play for him. If he sits, it would be a committee by Rashad Penny, DJ Dallas, and Homer. I would probably say Penny would be the likely workhorse back, but who knows. DK Metcalf foot returned to Seahawks practice Thursday, getting in a full session. This is important. Everybody keeps freaking out about DK and the Seahawks. Full session. I'm not worried. If it was limited, I still wouldn't probably be too worried. I'd have to wait until Friday, Saturday. Eno Benjamin, groin. Keep an eye on that. Jacobs remain limited. Keep an eye on that. I'm not huge. I'm a big fan of trading away Jacobs. Bolden, Jonnu Smith active. Okay, so now we're back to the pregame stuff. Herbert was added to the Chargers Thursday injury report with an oblique injury. Keep an eye on that. Eli Mitchell remains sidelined Thursday. We'll see if Coach Kyle Shanahan is still optimistic tomorrow about Mitchell playing Sunday. Was the beat writer Shanahan's been projecting positivity about Mitchell's Week 11 status. We'll see about that. Don't be surprised if Jeff Wilson just starts the game, but I think for right now we got to assume Mitchell will play. Antonio Brown, his lawyer told NFL Network's Ian Rappaport his client is. We don't say a lot of these words because they just trigger all kinds of ads, and he's got the V. He's vaxxed. Murray A-Rob did not practice Thursday for the second consecutive day. What a disappointment he's been this year. I'm still grabbing him if he gets cut, though. Like, he's a final, guy on my bench. I can't leave him there. Apparently, Antonio Brown may or may not be in the record-keeping business. Rock out. I think Rock out's at 15. I think he's at $15. So I gotta put Rock out at number 2. Thank you, Rock out. Appreciate you, buddy. Rock out says teams 8-2. QB Brady, Harris, Cook, Lamb, Chase, Hawkinson, Knox, Freeman, Judy Crowder, Madison, Bolden, Wilson, JR, K. Herbert, Lost, Woods, second main league. That's a good squad, bro. Najee, Cook, Lamb, Chase, man, there's nothing to do with this team. I don't trade Lamb and Chase. I don't trade Harrison and Cook. You've got Madison. The only thing I'd look to do, maybe upgrade Brady to Josh Allen. Maybe upgrade Brady to, probably Josh Allen's your best bet because people are worried about him. I don't know if a Jeff Wilson Jr. or a Judy or both or Hawkinson and then put Knox in. Try Hawkinson and Brady for Josh Allen. Try Hawkinson and Brady for whatever quarterback upgrade you can get. That's probably what I would do if I'm you. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. We're over an hour already. I just came on to kind of shoot the shiat with you all about the Thursday night game, and it turns into an hour every time. We just have a good time. You guys are I just want to thank you all for being a part of the family, the Fantasy Football Show family. We're really close to 10K. It would help a ton if you guys would keep hitting the like button. So anybody in here that hasn't hit the like button, you're helping this channel get to 10K just by doing that, because then YouTube, they feel pretty good about the show. They start pumping it out to other people. So share it with your friends, share it with your grandmas, share it with everybody. Keep commenting. I try and comment to every question the first 12 hours after a video post, 12 to 24. Definitely try and do 12, but last night I was cranking out questions for like an hour and a half. So it's a lot. Like, when you guys are awesome. I try and do my best. Don't keep asking. If I don't get to your question for some reason, just keep asking. I'm going to get to it. I keep trying. And order the tech service if you want one-on-one advice at heysmitty.com. And just find all my content at smitty1.com, including the link to my Spotify YouTube exclusive video show. Thank you, Trains. I appreciate you. Is it time to drop who? Who, Big Kong? I lost it. Peach, what's going on? Appreciate you. Trevin, you're the man. Terry, you're the man. All right, guys. As always, drop your best lines. Peace out. Time to drop crew now. I mean, it depends, bro. Thank you, Kevin. Later.